Yo, YouTube, we are back. It is right in the ropes. Y'all know what it is. So we are in full WrestleMania mode. We got a lot to talk about. SmackDown, Raw. Y'all know what it is. Right in the ropes. Let's dive in.
Yo, what is up, YouTube? This is Riding the Ropes podcast. I am your host, Trav, here with my boy, my co-host, Win. What's going on, my boy?
What's good, my guy? How you doing?
I am doing lovely.
Good,
Had
bro.
had my vacation from work.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. How was it?
It was very good, very good. Got a little time out the state. Was able to get my head clear.
Good, bro. I'm glad to have you back, bro. Glad to have you back. Let's go. So let's go ahead and dive into SmackDown, bro. Real quick. So what do we have going on, bro? I know we had I think it was a tag team match. I'm pretty sure the first match was Lash and Nia Jax against, who was it?
Maria and Io.
Oh yeah, Rhea and Io. Bro, yeah. That match was fire, bro. Like I said, I think I told you earlier, bro, like that match so far is like tag match of the year. Like if I had to choose between my top matches so far this year, obviously Gunther and AJ, and then the tag match. The only thing that prevented the tag match from being even better than what it was is we got the non-finish. They didn't give us a winner. I was like, bro, I get it. It was trying to protect, both teams, but
I think it was partly that and trying to drag it to they might try to drag it to Elimination Chamber.
Really?
I mean, what else are they? Or no, never mind. I'm not thinking because isn't Rhea in the
She's in the chamber.
Yeah. Never mind.
Yeah, she's in the chamber.
Yeah, this is probably just not wanting
Saturday night main event.
Either that or probably have like a 4-team tag match at Mania or something for the titles. So kind of trying to protect Nia and Lash for that.
I don't know how I'm going to feel about that. I mean, because if you're not going to have them win, what's the point?
Maybe that's why they had the no finish here.
What, to have them win?
Yeah, to have Nia and Lash win at Mania.
Yeah. I mean, I hope that's what it ends up. But, okay. So then we had, the other big takeaway. Jade had her championship match with Jordan Grace.
Her first title defense.
In over 100 days. Since she won the title. That was her first defense since she won the title. So, I think it's interesting because I think the last time we were on the pod, we were talking about like the women's booking was better than the men's booking. But it's like, I don't know, because we didn't really look at the Universal Championship.
That's very much so true.
It's like, damn.
I don't know. I feel like they've been trying. So, okay, because obviously you sent me the report that came out today. So maybe they were trying to hold out for Bianca to be able to return to have Bianca Jade at Mania. But obviously with the report coming out that Bianca is likely to miss because she needs to have another surgery on her finger, which like I said, what is going on with this finger?
Yeah.
That's what I really want to know.
Yeah, I hope it's all right, but maybe the first surgery, like it didn't heal right or something. That's what I would assume.
But the thing...
Well, yeah, I mean, it's probably something that is, like, I don't know, probably some ligament that is, like, fucking with her hand.
I would assume something because we haven't seen her since last Mania.
Yeah, bro.
Like, it's got to be something. But, like, with that report coming out, obviously, WWE knew before the report came out. So maybe that's when they started to kick into, okay, now we got to figure out something for Jade to do. Because like I told you, like, if you're looking at the field, like, who makes sense to face Jade right now?
We'll find out in the Elimination Chamber.
Yeah, I mean, obviously, I'm just trying to get a sense of who it could be leading into the Elimination Chamber.
I don't even know if you'll get that. They might not even do it. They might not even. They really, honestly, they might just have her have a back and forth promo with Liv because she had an interaction with her on SmackDown this past week. Like Liv came down there and was like eating food with Dom, celebrating Valentine's Day, and so they had like a little interaction there after Jade won. But so I think they could play with that until Elimination Chamber. I don't think they need to. If they don't
I'll
want to, they don't really need to go another direction.
I'll rebuttal that, but I'll do it later because it makes sense for later in the show.
So then after that, Cody. So there was a segment before the main event. It was the qualifier with Cody, Sammy, and who else was in that match? Forgot.
Jacob.
But yeah. It was Jacob. But there was a segment where I was like, "Yo, this is crazy." So Drew McIntyre is basically like, "Yo, Sammy, you deserve this. I'm rooting for you," you know. And so Sammy's like, "Hold on, what? What did you just say?" And Mike, even Wade Barrett on commentary is like, "I didn't expect that to come out of McIntyre's mouth," and this is before the match. So the match happens. Jacob, Cody, Sammy, they're all fighting, whatever. Eventually, Drew ends up making an appearance and he's trying to help Sammy win. So there's a point in time where he drags Sammy's carcass over Cody's body to try to help him win. Like, I forget, somebody breaks up the pin.
No, Cody just kicked out.
Oh yeah, Cody kicked, yeah. And then
And that's when Drew comes back in.
Yeah. And then Sammy ends up kicking Drew.
And this is like when I told you, I'm like, I think we're leading with this is we're leading to a slow burn of Sammy is going to start to realize him doing the right thing is what's caught or preventing him from winning the championship.
Yeah, he's gonna get back to that Sammy of old, bro. Like I said, I wanted to go that way. I hope they really do, make it I hope they I told you this when you brought it up. I was like, keep him out of the Mania picture. Well, the championship picture, not the Mania picture per se, but keep him out of the championship picture and like, because he keeps, like you said, keeps trying to do the right thing. He keeps losing, it's like, all right, and eventually he'll start doing things slowly that, or getting like, he's kind of like cutting corners and doing shady shit like, okay, I'm taking advantage where I shouldn't, like little stuff. And then he ends up really taking advantage and really getting grimy and really being a heel.
Yeah, and he's gonna really start to realize, like slowly over time, that like him doing this grimy shit is letting him accomplish the things that he wants to accomplish.
Yeah. But I mean, we'll talk about that later. We love to theorize. And so, I mean, we can go ahead and talk about Raw, honestly. So what? Vision was first. Vision and
Actually, the Usos were coming out first. The Vision interrupted them.
Yeah. And then they set up the tag match with LA Knight because LA Knight came out.
Yeah, called Logan Paul a simple-minded broccoli.
Yeah. Bar of the night by far, actually. But no, that was tough. The match itself, I mean, was pretty average in my opinion.
I think it was simply an avenue to get the Vision a tag team title match.
Yeah, I mean,
the only thing I can get out of it.
Said immediately after the match, yeah, this is for the Vision to be tag team or get a chance at the titles at least.
Yeah, not saying they're gonna win because in my no pun intended vision for what is gonna go on with this story is they should be in total disarray. Like, because obviously there's no hiding what these masked men and everything is leading to. It's leading to Seth coming back. So Seth must be able to, at minimum, being able to show up somewhere shortly before Mania. I hope, hopefully, I don't know how it stands now with Braun getting hurt. I guess they're hoping he can heal in time to come back in time.
Yeah.
But I don't know what happens if Braun can't make it. Like, what do you do? What do you do then? Because it was quite clearly leading to Seth versus Braun at Mania. But they're still rolling with this, even with Braun not there, they're still rolling with the masked man showing up, and it's like, I can't see it leading past Mania. So, I mean, it could, but
I mean,
you would be really dragging it out then by then.
We've seen them drag out some Judgment Day, but we'll talk about that when we get to it. We'll talk about that when we get to it. So then we had the women's qualifier for the Elimination Chamber. So Asuka, Bailey, who was the third?
Natty.
Yeah, Natty. Yeah, low key legend.
Low key legend. Don't y'all forget it.
No, that match was pretty solid.
Yeah, it was solid. It was definitely solid. Surprised that Oscar actually got the win there.
Because before the match, I was like, "Can we please do something with Oscar, something?" But it ain't like it's going to result in her winning the Elimination Chamber. I
Yeah,
know
she
that.
ain't winning.
I know that. But I want people to remember what she used to be when she first got there. Like, bro, she was.
Before she ran into Charlotte Flair.
Yeah, really though. I mean, that's what happened. But I mean, before that, she was whooping everybody's ass. She was literally
Undefeated.
yeah, couldn't stop her, bro.
Then we just had to feed her to Charlotte Flair.
She was never the same after that, bro. Started getting injured and everything, bro. I was like, man, here we go, here we go. But no, so she's in the elimination chamber with Tiffany Stratton, right, and somebody else,
Alexa Bliss.
Bliss. Yeah, because she
And is it just those three right now that are qualified for the women's? I feel like we're missing somebody.
Alexa, Tiffany,
It's two from SmackDown. Asuka's one from Raw. So obviously, they're going to do 3 and 3 from each of the shows. So who is this? Who's the other Raw qualifiant? Oh, Rhea.
Oh yeah, yeah, Rhea, yeah. That's crazy. How we missed that? Jeez. Okay.
How did we? I literally just said it earlier in the episode.
Yeah, I know. So we'll edit that out. So then we had Finn. Oh yeah, Punk promo.
Before we get to that, we glazed over a segment that needs to be talked about. And this is where I'm bringing up the rebuttal to what you said about the Liv Jade
Okay.
going.
Yeah, with Stephanie.
We had the segment where she was supposed to have that sit down with
Cole.
Michael Cole.
Yeah.
And obviously Stephanie showed up and she started speaking, and I even told you, like, damn, I wish I had, had subtitles because it sounds like she's going crazy.
And then Liv's reaction afterward.
Right. And then with Liv crying and then ending it with her crying, I'm like, what did she really say? And then I had seen it, like, translated pretty much. It was like, you've been here for 10 years and you haven't sacrificed anything. I come from Chile where there is no wrestling. I had to wrestle in Latin America, Europe, Japan, all over the world. I had to sacrifice to get here. Pretty much just know if you pick me, you're gonna lose. Which I don't know if I need to look up. I know Michael Cole said it on the episode or on the show tonight, where he said that the social media team actually released a translated. So I want to see if what I read was like word for word what it's supposed to be, because like from what I read, I'm like, why would that make
Right. Yeah, it doesn't sound intense enough. Not nearly.
Yeah, like it doesn't sound as intense as it should have to make her cry. But my rebuttal to that was this segment tonight that pretty much clearly shows Liv is picking Stephanie.
Yeah. Yeah, she's gonna pick Stephanie. So we talked about it on the show, like, earlier on the phone. Whoever wins the chamber is gonna be going for
Jay.
yeah. So, like I said, I think when it comes to Jade, now that Bianca's not there, you don't necessarily have to have, because what, Chamber is 2 weeks away?
A week from Saturday.
Okay, so yeah, I mean next week or Friday, I expect to see a Liv and Jade interaction again, and I expect to see probably a Liv and Jade and maybe one more, because I there's not enough time to give her a new opponent before the Elimination Chamber. You could just fucking have whoever wins the chamber be her opponent. It's not.
Yeah, it's just who is it gonna be? Like I said, I really don't want it. Like from the field right now, it's like you could take Rhea out because she's a tag team title, champion.
She's not gonna win it. No, it's probably gonna be Tiffany. I told you that.
It's like I'm really hoping they let Charlotte get in because that would be my pick. I would rather see Charlotte than
I would rather. Yeah, I would rather see Charlotte.
I would rather see Alexa win the Elimination Chamber and go up against Jade than another Tiffy Jade match.
Yeah, bro.
Like, let's do something other. Let's build Tiffy's a little bit more. Like, she just had the title and just pretty much showed, like she's not quite there yet. I'm not saying she's far off, but
all right. I'm gonna play devil's advocate a little bit, only because it's like when I look at her and then I look at Stephanie, it's like I don't know, because I'm not comparing the two in the sense that like I am, but I'm not. It's like if we can give Stephanie the world heavyweight championship, I think Tiffany's further ahead than Stephanie, right? So I think
Stephanie wrestles circles around Tiffany.
not not in ring talent necessarily, but with charisma and everything.
If that
The entire
charisma,
package.
what?
Yeah,
Tiffany's the only thing Tiffany's got is Tiffy
that
time.
sold
That's not
hella.
charisma.
Bro, it sold so much merch, bro.
That's not
Bro,
charisma.
it sells though.
That's not. That's not. Do you hear the crowd?
It
Compare the
sells
crowd
though,
reaction. Compare the crowd reaction. Iffy. Compare the crowd reaction to Stephanie. That's why they're not the same.
bro. Bro. All right, all right, all right. I'm just saying, bro. It's not like Tiffany ain't. She can get a pop, bro. She can get a pop. She do, and she does. The
Bro,
whole Tiff.
if she
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 had the whole Tiffany.
did you hear
She came out with the Barbie doll, the whole Barbie movie,
that was
all that shit.
bro, that was the beginning. That was her winning or at the very beginning, or her or leading to her winning the title, bro. That was before people seen her run with the title.
So now you think it's not going to be accepted?
I'm
You
not
think
what do you mean accepted?
Yeah, so like if she were to win the championship back, you don't think it would be accepted? You think it would be like, boo, nah, we don't want this shit? Or do you think
No,
like it would
I'm
be
not
like a
gonna say she's gonna be
lukewarm?
flat out boot. I'm not gonna say she's gonna be flat out booed. Because don't get me wrong, I'm not saying Tiffany is terrible. Like I said, she's not far off. She needs to get. Well, the thing about it is, and this is the thing that is should eventually, honestly, become a problem with Stephanie. Is she that great on the mic?
You know, I agree. Yeah. But she's
It's
better than Stephanie.
beyond
But the
be
only reason she's better than Stephanie is because she obviously is native English.
and
So
that's
that's the
it,
only
and
reason.
that's why I said, eventually, and I know Stephanie has been taking classes and been trying to
Yes,
get better,
yes,
on
yes.
everything. So I'm not like trying to
That's not
downplay
a
it,
knock.
but
No.
I'm not knocking her at whatsoever. And I really hope it doesn't become a problem for Stephanie because I enjoy Stephanie. She's one of my favorite, one of if not my favorite woman wrestler on the roster right now. But that it's just the kind of the inevitability about WWE is you have to become somewhat fluent in English and be able to cut promos in English.
And it sucks because
It's
freaking
like
every superstar Shinsuke. I mean, they're like, all right, we'll give you guys a run, and then they're like, all right, yeah, but we got to cut it short because you can't do the promos.
yeah, you can't,
Yeah,
and that's
Asuka, they did it to her too,
and it's like I know,
but they're so good. They're so good.
right. So, but it's like I don't a problem, no, but like I said, it's inevitability of the WWE,
Yeah,
and I'm hoping she can be an exception to it. But if you're going off of pure crowd reaction right now, I'm not saying Tiffany can't get a pop, but If you put if you put Tiffany and Stephanie in a feud against one another, Stephanie's the one getting the pop in that feud.
I believe so. I believe so. I believe so. They're not
I
gonna do
don't.
that. You know, they're not gonna do that.
No, no,
They'll never do that.
that's not WWE's model. I'm just saying, like, and I'm not saying they can't somehow pull off another Tiffany Jade, match for the title. I'm just saying we've already seen it multiple times for the title.
Yeah, let's do something different.
Like let's worked with. It's not like Jade has worked with everybody on the roster where you can start circling back on people. Like let's get her, somebody else for Mania. Like I said, I'd rather see a Charlotte. I'd rather see an Alexa. I'd rather see Asuka.
Yeah, yeah. But I mean,
But
it is what.
we can dive more into that like later. And we can jump back in the Finn Punk promo
Oh
is
yeah,
where I interrupted you at.
that's right. That was pretty good too. So, Punk comes out. He's basically talking about how he's gonna give Finn Balor a ass whooping at Elimination Chamber. Finn Balor comes out there with JD McDonut and what's the guy's
Donuts.
name? Dom
Dom.
Mysterio. Yeah, he came out with those guys, and then They basically walked down to the ring and looked like they were gonna jump Punk, and then they didn't do anything. They just kind of sat there. Punk basically told Finn he can't win without help, essentially. And the
Oh,
whole
he said he
time,
used to be able to
yeah,
win without
yeah,
help,
yeah,
but
but
now he's tied himself to the Judgment Day, and now they're doing nothing but holding him back.
yep,
And that's when Punk was like, I've been called a smart man who makes dumb decisions before. And that's when he turned his back on Finn and was like, you want to, pretty much like, you want to risk
WrestleMania's main event.
WrestleMania? Do you want to risk your title match
Huh?
at Elimination Chamber? Come on. And JD and Dom looked like they wanted to go, and Finn actually held them back.
Yeah,
And that's
that
like I
segment where
told,
they where JD, and because after that they had that segment where JD and he was
they
like,
were
"Yeah,
arguing
I'm
back
trying
and
to help.
forth.
I'm trying to
Yeah.
help." And Finn's like,
And
"Leave me alone. I got this one. I got
he
this
said,
on
if you want to help, let me do this on my own. And I know some people are going to be upset about, like, I told you this as all this was going on, that this is quite obviously leading to Finn turning, turning face, and he's going to inevitably take the Intercontinental title off of Dom.
Yeah, I believe so.
Probably at Mania, if I were to guess.
I believe so. Yeah, I mean, like we talked about it a couple weeks ago, bro. Need to do something with Finn again.
And
Reiterate, he doesn't need any championships. They've done a good job keeping him relevant without any championships, but it's time to give him something. Just saying.
like I said, some people are going to be upset because they want to see Finn, obviously, with the world heavyweight title.
But yeah, I want to see him with the world
You
title
know, and
too.
right, I do too. But
If this is the best we
they're
can
not
get,
passing. They're not passing up Punk Roman at Mania
no, for Finn,
to
no.
for
No.
Finn. Sorry, sorry. So
I
this
wouldn't
is
be
the
mad
next.
at a triple threat.
I kind of would,
Really?
like, not from a
Not from a
in
match
ring
standpoint. Yeah,
perspective, like not from a match perspective. Like obviously
that's gonna be a
that would
banger
be
match,
good,
bro.
but I want to see from the sports entertainment side of it. I want to see Punk. I want to see Punk. I want to see Roman. I don't want to see them have to
Because they
focus on
just had a
nobody
triple
else.
threat last year. Yeah,
Right? They were just in a triple threat last year. No, no. Now we need the one on one.
yeah, that makes sense to me. Have the one on one.
So yeah, I think the next, what's the next best thing? We get Finn as intercontinental, champion.
I'd be cool with that. And then
So
honestly, if you wanted to, you could wait a minute. Who's Carmelo facing for the US with the US championship? I think it's Miz, isn't it? No.
I mean, they've been hinting at that, but then he also just got pinned by Solo on
Oh yeah, Solo. That's
SmackDown.
right. That's right.
So
I wanted to say, I want to say that like it'd be tough if we could get Dom over to SmackDown on like a shakeup and let him win the U.S. title over there after
we need something, bro. I'm not gonna lie. We need Judgment Day to disband, which I
it's coming, bro.
I
It's coming.
think it's finally gonna come to a full disbanding by Mania. Like
It's
I think Mania is the final day that we see Judgment Day as a
you wanted to go so bad. You wanted to go so bad. This man has been plotting on their downfall.
what did Drew say? What did Drew say when got hurt? I prayed for it and it happened. That's
Man,
what I'm gonna the episode after Mania, I'm coming on the pod, and I'm gonna tell you, I prayed for it and it happened.
bro, I'm telling you, like that.
It's just
Get it? I get
they're
it. It should
not
have. I told
doing
you, like it
anything
should have
with
been
it.
in.
No, it's the same old shtick with them.
It should have been over with. Again, like I'm gonna bring it up because it's still relevant to this like extent. Like they are using it as a talent enhancer group. They've been doing that since the jump. But like you just said, they haven't been doing nothing with it recently. So it's just like you might as well like over really the past year. Cause ever since Liv really got established, what's it really been used for? Cause you haven't really
It
elevated right
wasn't
now
even
much.
they were doing good, because remember Liv had the title.
Yeah.
It's what really, it seemed like they were gonna start doing something good with it So I kind of held out hope then, like, okay, maybe we're gonna just start doing something again with the Judgment Day. Like maybe they're gonna give them the titles, have them run Raw for a little while. But then Liv got hurt.
Yeah.
And now it's just like it's running through the mud, and I don't think it's benefiting anybody because it's like,
Your son
who
growth now.
realistically, who realistically is in Judgment Day is going to get the world heavyweight title in
Well,
the
you
very
mean,
near future.
oh, okay. Yeah, I was ready to
Like if
say
you're
like,
trying to get them, if you're trying
yeah,
to like have them do something, obviously and like either you can just have them start being enhancement talent to other people on the roster, or you have them start dominating the roster again. But it's like,
they're not doing anything.
who realistically is going to get the world heavyweight title in from Judgment Day?
Like I said, nobody.
Be it Punk or Roman who wins at Mania.
Like I said, nobody.
So it's like,
Nobody really. I mean, you can say Finn, but no. I mean, he's the closest one to it storyline wise, but other than that, he doesn't really have a realistic chance. Nobody thinks
yeah,
that.
and this isn't me saying Dom will never hold the world heavyweight title. It's just I'm
But you
saying
just
in
talk
like
about
the
in the
next
beginning.
like 6 to 8, 6 months to a year range. Who do you see from Judgment Day getting getting that championship?
Well,
Maybe
because yeah, if you win that Money in the Bank
the
briefcase,
bank,
if you give that shit to Dom,
then yeah, but they should already be Dom. And it leads back to this: is nobody in within the group is benefiting from being within the group.
yeah,
Dom doesn't need the Judgment Day to be Intercontinental Champion and Triple H, Mega Champion anymore.
nope.
Like Liv doesn't need the Judgment Day to be a solidified main event
But she
top.
was already she was already doing that before she joined the Judgment Day.
Raquel, okay, you're starting to show that you're trying to do something with it, and I think a lot of it, like I said, I think with Liv and eventually picking Stephanie, that's gonna rub Raquel the wrong way, and it's gonna lead to some type of dissension. I mean, the
But
only
I
one
hope that I hope that that
JD has
actually
been
is.
nothing but the motherfucker to eat the pin in the group since he's got there.
I hope that is how it plays out though, as far as Liv and Raquel, because you can't just leave Raquel hanging because you've gotten her to a point where she's right there,
Because yeah,
literally right
and
there.
it
It's
and
delicate now.
the thing about it is this is and why I think she could get salty is what last time she went up against Stephanie, she arguably had the match won.
Yep.
Told Judgment Day she did not want them to get involved, and what did they do? Get involved, and then what do you do? What do you do? So you want to now go after the woman who you just screwed me out of winning the title from?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Yeah. She's gonna have
Like,
a problem with that.
that's realistically how it should go, and then we already see the cracks within the male side of it.
And then you got to see how where Roxanne's allegiances lie, because I think if you really want to play it all the way through, you have her have a choice to make. Oh, do I side with Liv and try to help her against Raquel, or do I help Raquel? And I think she's gonna go with Raquel.
I think so
Obviously,
too.
that's what makes sense. You have her and Raquel go against Liv, and that be
Yeah,
the end of
that's what makes the most sense. That's where I'm hoping they go, and it looks like that's where they're leading to.
Yeah, yeah. But so let's move on from that. So
We have
Penta,
the number one contender between
yeah,
Penta and El Grande Americano.
yeah,
And just like we called, obviously we assumed the original El Grande Americano.
Tag Gable.
Thank you.
Yes, sir.
Or I'm
I'm,
sorry, gracias.
bro, I need them to like get this shit over with because, bro, I miss Chad Gable. Like the whole reason they did the whole like Americano thing, I'm just like, bro, like I get it, it was over, like it was over in the AAA thing, so I get that.
Honestly, it really didn't get over in AAA until Kaiser took over it.
Kaiser, yeah, yeah.
Like and it's crazy because he plays a heel. He plays a heel on WWE side, but in AAA, he's technically a face.
So who do they let keep it? Probably let Kaiser keep it. Let it
I think they're gonna let Kaiser keep. I think
capitalize
obviously
on
it's leading to a Mania match. They're gonna let Kaiser keep
mask
it.
versus mask.
Yeah, and it's gonna be a mask versus mask, and Chad Gable's gonna get unmasked,
which is what we need. We need
which
Chad Gable
is
back,
what we
bro.
need.
That man is,
Do you see
bro.
the absolute unit
That
he is
man is a
now?
hoss, bro. He is a fucking unit. He is a fucking unit, bro. I swear. I'm like, dude, what is going on? That man,
That
every
motherfucker
time he
looks
comes back, bro, every
he
time he comes back, he looks even more jacked, bro.
he's like fucking bioengineered in a lab, bro. That dude's got muscles where you wouldn't think muscles should be.
It's crazy. But all right, bro. And then what was after the Penta?
We had the qualifier between Dom Gunther and Javon,
Oh
where
yeah,
my boy, the young OG,
that boy bouncy. That boy
got
bouncy.
that qualifier.
Yeah, bro. And we talked about it before the match. We kind of was breaking it down like, all right, Gunther, we know he ain't gonna win because it's just like
Yeah,
you knew he wasn't gonna take the pin. He might have won, but it's like
it's like, unless you're having Gunther with
unless he's gonna
what
win
you're,
it,
yeah, unless he's gonna win the chamber, it's just better not to have him in it.
leave it alone.
Like,
I don't even.
unless
Again,
it's a chamber of
I'm of
all
the
motherfuckers
mindset.
retiring, just don't put him in it.
I'm of the mindset. I told you before the match, bro. I'm of the mindset now where when it comes to Gunther, bro. I feel like WWE does not want him to win like the Raw matches or the little side. They don't care about that. They don't. They're like, all right, but the big matches where it's like, all right,
Oh, they ain't gonna let him take the pin though.
yeah, no, he's not going to take the pin. They just showed that with AJ. Whenever he tapped out, yeah, he technically lost, but he won, right? So like he's never going to actually
What
lose.
I'm upset about is what is this whole shit with Dragon Lee leading to?
Yeah. I mean,
Like, are we leading to a Raw match where he just absolutely
probably. But that's my point. I'm
destroys
like,
him?
just keep him off TV. Just
At
don't
the,
even
yeah,
have
like at this
why
point, like
even
unless
have
you
him.
want him, yeah,
Just
he
build
shouldn't be
like
there on
treat
a
him.
weekly basis.
You should treat him, bro, honestly, and this might be like a hot take, whatever, but you should honestly treat him like you treat The Undertaker. Like you treated The Undertaker toward the end of his career where you like I'm not saying he has to be there once a year, but you treat him like okay, he's an attraction, bro. He's or Brock Lesnar, like he'll show up a couple times a year. You don't need him to show up every couple weeks on Raw. You don't cuz there's nobody worth the time. Essentially, he's too
Yeah,
important.
unless he's winning a championship or retiring somebody,
He
it's
doesn't
really
need
no point in him being there on a week to week basis.
none unless you just want him to come out there and be like, "Yeah, don't forget, I made your favorite tap out like a bitch." Okay, bye.
It's like,
That's it.
yeah, it's like they almost kind of
You're
with his
overexposing him.
character, they kind of painted themselves into a corner when it comes to this new career killer moniker with him because it's like if he's
Now you can't have him.
retiring,
Can't.
yeah, you can't have him lose because you're beat all these legends and retire these legends. It's like there's very few people on the roster you can actually have him lose to, and he shouldn't be there on a week to week basis. Like anybody, if he's not, like I said, if he's not fighting for a title or fighting for to retire somebody with this moniker, anybody else feels less than.
Yeah, he just does, like I say, just keep him off TV. I don't just build him like you build, like I said, Brock or Taker. Like just keep him off TV. He's a mercenary, bro. Like you just said, unless okay, Royal Rumble's coming up. Okay, he's gonna make like Roman just showed up in the Rumble. Okay, Gunther's back. He's showing up in the Rumble. Okay, cool. He wins that. Okay, I'm back for 3 months. Build a WrestleMania. Cool. I win the title. If I win the title, now I'll do an extended run. Okay, when I lose the title. I'll leave. Okay, now I'm back when somebody wants to retire. Okay, cool. I beat him. Now I leave again. Like it just doesn't need to be there every single week.
Yeah, with this killer moniker that you went with, you said he should be like pretty much a higher gun, really.
My time is too important to be wasted upon you peasants. Let me call me when I need call me when y'all
Yeah,
need me to handle some real shit. Okay.
yeah, exactly. But I'm glad they gave, and like I told you this during the match, John's probably gonna win, um, because they don't have anybody as of before Javon
Yeah.
qualified that was really that person that was gonna go out there and fly around the chamber.
And we knew he was gonna win because I said he was gonna win because they needed somebody in the chamber who was gonna be the dude who climbs the cage and jumps off that shit.
Yeah, I
there's
just said
always that one dude.
I said the same thing, but differently.
They gotta have that one guy in there, bro. Every
Yeah,
year.
they got to have the one guy to do the insane spots.
If
Like,
it's not Kofi Kingston, it's not John Morrison, it's Javon F.
even though low key Austin Theory is the one that probably took the craziest one.
Yeah, Theory, yeah. That F5. Yeah. I'm like, bro, you crazy. You think I'm taking that bump? You're crazy, bro.
I'm damn near not taking a regular F5 bump.
Yeah.
Fuck off the pod.
No, sir.
Like, I ain't trusting Brock Strong ass to throw me properly.
All right. So what the fuck? So that was the main event of Raw. So now we can kind of theorize and talk about what is going to happen in the future as far as WrestleMania, Elimination Chamber, post Mania. So where you want to start? We got a good 10 minutes here, 15 minutes theorize.
I mean, for this episode, probably just be best to start with like Elimination Chamber to maybe Mania.
So let's get into Elimination Chamber predictions. So who do we think the remaining qualifiers are going to be for the women's chamber?
Charlotte and who is it? And it's Io, Kyrie, and
I forgot who the other one was.
I did too, and they sure said it a few times tonight.
Was it Raquel?
But either way, I think it'll probably be Io.
Was it Raquel?
Yes, it was.
Yeah. Pretty sure it was.
So it may actually be Raquel.
Yeah.
They don't really got that powerhouse in there yet.
Yeah.
I don't know. It'll be one of them two. I don't think it's going to be Kyrie.
I mean, but if Io's in
Io makes the most sense.
I think Io probably wins it. Not wins the chamber, but wins the qualifier. Yeah. So, but then at the same time, it's kind of like, well, if she gets in, neither her or Rhea is going to win. I mean, anybody from Raw is not going to win. So to me, it's just.
I mean, it's possible.
You put Raquel in there. The only reason I could possibly see Raquel doing anything in there is just to have it further build dissension with Liv. Like if she wins, and she's declaring for Stephanie, but then Raquel wins the chamber, then now that creates a problem. Because
but the thing is,
but
it does, but it doesn't, because theoretically, when Liv chooses Stephanie, that automatically leaves the Rumble winner takes precedent to who they want first.
That's fine. Yeah, but no, it creates a problem because now I want my match at Mania to be a triple threat.
No, see, you're not getting you're missing what I'm saying though.
She gets
Raquel has no claim to Stephanie as soon as Liv claimed it.
Okay, so she can't even. So she has to go for the Universal Championship.
Yes, that is theoretically how they play out the. They don't obviously lay it out in those terms, but that's how they lay. They pretty much lay it out. It's the Rumble winner gets to pick their champion and who they want to face, and then
go for
the chamber winner gets the other one. So theoretically, it would be as soon as Liv picked Stephanie, Raquel has no claim to make it a triple threat. It would be you would get then Jade.
Okay, then she's not going to win it. So there's no point in putting her in.
The only reason I said her is because I don't see them putting in Nia over Charlotte.
Charlotte's going to be in it. Alexa's in it.
So if you have Charlotte, if it's Charlotte from SmackDown.
Well, hold on.
You have Rhea as Rhea is a powerhouse. Is a powerhouse, but you have that everybody else. No, you don't have another real powerhouse in that match.
Who you could throw Lash in there? Is she in a qualifier?
I don't know. I haven't heard the thing is I haven't really seen them at the only qualifier I seen them really advertise on SmackDown was, and maybe I'm just not paying close enough attention, was the Cody one. The Cody Jacob Sammy one. And that, like I said, that could be quite possibly just because I'm not paying close enough attention. But I haven't seen anything on the qualifier that's going to be this Friday.
Right. I mean, it might still be announced at some point this week for sure, but, we'll see.
So, I mean, they could have Lash in it. They very well could.
So,
but the thing about it is with who's currently in it and who's currently left open for Mania. If it, obviously if Bianca's not going to come back, Charlotte makes the most sense. Charlotte will get a good match out of Jade. Even if you don't have to have Charlotte win,
Oh, absolutely.
and it's a match that when Jade got signed, people wanted to see.
I think if you do that though, you have to have Alexa do something too, because I don't think you get to that and not have Alexa be a part of it, or something happens afterward. Because I don't think
That's
I don't
very
think Charlotte becomes champion. You know what I'm saying? And Alexa just stands there and she's like, "Yeah, this is still my best friend," right?
Oh yeah, no, most definitely. I think like they had the little segment on Raw this past week where Charlotte was pretty much like trying to apologize to Alexa, and Alexa was like, "Well, technically, it wasn't you; it was Nia," and like everything was good, but you were you could get the sense that yeah, no, it's not good. So it's like I thought maybe they were possibly going for, they may have had them have like a match at Mania between the two, just without the title.
Yeah, but
But
I don't see it's not going to happen now.
I don't. Yeah, I think with Bianca not being part of it or part of Mania, it makes the most sense for Charlotte to be the next. And it's like, do people really want to see Charlotte? Because I know what people's arguments are going to be, especially after I just said people don't want to see Tiffany.
Tiffany.
Tiffany fight for the title again. Is they're going to be like, well, why would we want to see Charlotte? It's not the fact that we want to see Charlotte fight for the title again. I don't think you have Tiffany ascend back into the title picture unless she's going to accomplish winning the title again.
Right.
You build her up back into that. Where Charlotte,
you don't put her in it just to have her lose it or lose.
Exactly.
Mhm.
Where Charlotte you can put in there and she can take a loss, and she
Be
can
fine.
also get the good match out of Jade. And yes, okay, she is fighting for the title again, but it's a first time match that, I can't speak for everybody, but I'd like to see Charlotte versus Jade.
I'd like to see that too. And honestly, with her and Jade, that being their first match, she could take the loss and like you said, she would be fine, but she could also take the win. And I wouldn't be mad about that either. I
Yeah,
think Jade
right.
would be fine too.
I think, and this is the thing, is because we've had this conversation in the past, like far in the past, where I told you, Charlotte, they need to do something with Charlotte they need to do more with Charlotte than just be Ric Flair's daughter who's constantly fighting for titles. And I think this whole thing with this whole run with Alexa has done that. So it's like I think we can see a different type of Charlotte, because before Charlotte couldn't be a face champion. It didn't matter what she did. People did not. By the time they actually attempted to have her be a face champion, people were tired of her being in the title picture.
Mm-hmm.
And now I think they have done more character development with Charlotte where she can pull off being a face champion, because it's not like Jade is exactly a face champion.
Yeah, she's not.
So I think it could go either way. You could have Charlotte win, you could have Charlotte lose, and either way it goes, you're not really.
It's a win-win.
You're not really damaging one or the other, because Charlotte can afford to take the loss, and if I'm recollecting correctly, has Jade lost a one-on-one match?
I don't want to say that she has. I don't think so though. I can't recall the last one she has.
The only one I could think of is, for some reason, it sticks out that before she won the title, I think she had a title match before, like the one where she won the title with Tiffany, and she lost. That's the only thing that's popping into my head as a potential loss. I don't know it. Like I said, off the top of my head right now, I can't pull if that is true or not. I'm sure through editing we can figure it out, and prove me a liar or prove me right in that.
Yeah, we'll figure it out.
But no, I think they Charlotte and Io would probably be the best bets for the last two for the women's.
Okay, and then what about the men's?
Like I said, tough, because I haven't seen
I think Bronson gets it
Yeah,
because we seen it's going to be Bronson, El Grande, or the original Grande Americano, and Jey Uso in the one for
yeah.
Raw next week. And if I had to guess, who was in that man? Who was in the Randy? It was Randy Solo and who
Randy Solo, isn't Damian Priest in it?
was it? Well, no, I'm saying it was that that qualifier match. I know Solo was in it because Randy pinned Solo. Who was the third? Was it Damian Priest?
No, because Damian Priest is in the is in the match.
No, he's not.
He's not in the chamber. I thought he qualified.
No, it's Randy. It's right as of right now. It's
Oh,
Randy and
okay,
Cody from SmackDown, and
okay.
it's L.A. Knight and
Vaughn.
Javon
Okay,
from Raw.
okay. So maybe it was DP.
So that's why I was gonna say I think it'll be DP, but then I was thinking about it was no. I was just saying no because wasn't he the third member of the Randy Solo qualifier?
Yeah, yeah. I can't recall though. Honestly.
So I mean, if he wasn't, I don't know who else it would have been. But if he wasn't, I would guess DP would take the last from SmackDown. Bronson would be the last from Raw. But if it's not DP from SmackDown, oh yeah, Trick Williams.
Yeah, sure.
I think it's Trick.
Randy, Cody,
I'm trying to think
Devon.
because Trick. I know Trick is in the. I remember because from last week, Trick had the promo and said that he was had his qualifier next week.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I just don't remember who else is in that qualifier. But if I had to bet, probably Trick.
Okay. Okay. And then Bronson.
But yeah, and then Bronson from
That fills it out. So then who you got winning? Cody,
like I said, I got Charlotte
Charlotte from from the other one, and then
from women and probably Cody. Like I said,
do I
think
even want to watch this shit? Do I even want to? Do I? Because honestly, bro, I might just watch the Finn and Punk match and just when we get to the Elimination Chamber, just cut that shit off. Because bro, we already know he's gonna win. Because when you look
Yeah.
at the field, it's like, bro, nobody else makes sense. You don't even have Sammy in it.
Right, and you had that was
You
the
don't even
one
have
thing.
Jacob in it.
Well, that was the one thing. That was the one drawback with that being the qualifier. Like when I seen it was Jacob, Sammy, and Cody all
Only
in one,
one
I'm
of
like,
them
oh
could be.
shit. Like I definitely thought, maybe Sammy would have been in with one of the two,
Yeah,
but I didn't
but
think Jacob and Cody were gonna both be. But I guess it kind of makes sense. You can't have both of them in the elimination chamber and realistically have one win because they're just going to keep canceling each other out. Because, like I told you, I think it's going to probably be a triple threat eventually. Like you don't have Jacob this far into the storyline if you're not going to have get in it. That's So
I mean,
think
but same
Cody.
with Sammy though. I mean, but I guess you could just say
No, Sammy, you just had your chance, and you had a chance to qualify for the elimination chamber.
yeah.
Like I said, it makes more sense because even the look that he gave Cody, and it made it look like he was questioning shit.
Yeah, just let that man keep
Have a
losing.
slow burn leading to him finally realizing the shit that he really needs to do to accomplish what he wants to accomplish.
Just cheat and be an ass and do all this.
As cool as it would be to see Sammy get his WrestleMania, get his moment at WrestleMania, Sammy has had numerous WrestleMania moments already. Yes, it may not be winning the world, title, but the man beat Gunther's streak at WrestleMania. The man beat, quite literally, the year before that, beat the Uso streak at WrestleMania. So it's like he can afford to win. It's not where Sammy is not one of those wrestlers where if he's going to win it for the first time, it has to be at Mania. Like you can have this slow burn lead to him winning the title at SummerSlam. And it would make more sense because when we initially talked about this, I told you if that's the road that you're going with Sammy with this, it makes more sense for him to take the title off of Cody than it does Drew because when all of this is said and done, Drew is going to be the catalyst of what helped him propel him to win the title. So it doesn't make sense for him to take it off of Drew.
Yeah, he's the spark that is
so
going
you have
to Sammy
you
go
have
to the furthest extent, and Sammy will finally win it. But my question is like, I kind of want to see, and it kind of goes back to my initial theory where you could have it happen even later, and that plays an even bigger part in his story.
I
Where
mean, you could have it later than you could have it later
no,
than SummerSlam. I'm not saying it
no, no,
has to
no.
end at SummerSlam.
Theory with when it comes to the Money in the Bank, because remember I said I was like, if you give it to Sammy, I could see him having his moment at WrestleMania, and then you take it off him, or some he gets screwed out of it or something.
Like he doesn't keep it.
Yeah,
See, but
like he doesn't
I
keep it.
think if
But
that's the case,
but
you don't turn him.
what I was gonna say is if it plays a part in him continuing to turn. You know what I'm saying? Like, yeah, he's losing, he's not winning, he's still, and then he finally does win. He's like, oh shit, I finally got it, and then he gets snatched away by whoever has the Money in the Bank. So it could be Drew at that point, or it could be somebody else. But and then now it's like, damn, I got set back again. Now I'm even more like, all right, now I got to go even harder on my dark shit. It draws it out even further.
You could, but all that you negate what what the fans are trying to get out of the story then, which is to see Sammy win his first title.
Okay,
You negate it.
that's fair.
You don't get the feel good moment of Sammy actually. Yes, you get it for a split second. Cool. But I think they would rather have whether it be because I think Sammy is ultimately at a spot
Well, if he
where
takes it off Cody, is he going to be a heel or is it going to be a face? Because that's the crux right there. Because if he's you feel me? Because
if
it's
he
like
takes it off of Cody, he's gonna be a heel. But the crowd is still gonna be behind it because
it's his
one, you
first
have that
title.
portion that don't want Cody to be the champion, and two, you have you have pretty much everybody in the IWC that that wants Sami Zayn to become a world champion. So even as a heel, you still get that moment of Sami winning his first title, where the whole point of Sami having the slow burn should be to him finally accomplishing his first title. You don't negate that by having him win it in the middle of the turn to then instantly get cashed in on, because now you just negate the whole point of the whole fucking turn itself.
Yeah. Okay. No, that makes sense.
So yeah, like I said, it doesn't have to be SummerSlam. Like you can drag it out.
You can
I
really
just don't
drag it
think you
out
can
as long as
I
you
don't
want,
think you
for
can
real.
realistically drag it out to next Mania though.
It depends on when you start it.
Yeah, true. It's like, just because he had that look last week doesn't mean you necessarily have to start it.
They could start it, a couple months after. They could start it whenever they want. But that's the good thing. They kind of planted it there. When they do actually want to start it, it's there.
Right. You already have the seeds dropped for it.
All
But
right. So what was so as far as was it WrestleMania? We had chamber. We talked about our men's chamber, women's chamber. Were there any other big matches on the card for? We got Punk and Finn.
Punk and Finn, which we can get into my theory on how we eventually get to Finn and Dom.
Okay. Yeah.
And it involves what leads Finn to finally break away.
All right. Yeah, we can dive into that quick. That's going to be the last thing. For this.
So obviously you had Finn tell JD tonight that he didn't want anybody, let him pretty much do this on his own. So what I think is going to end up happening at Elimination Chamber is the Judgment Day is going to try to come out and
help him,
and it's going to end up. Yeah, it's going to end. No, they're going to. Yeah, they're
genuinely. It's going to genuinely try to help him, but it's not going to be help.
End up. It's going to end up screwing them, and I think that's going to eventually put Finn over the edge, and it's going to then you have the build from Elimination Chamber to. Because I even think now, because you had Penta become the number one contender, so you have at Elimination Chamber is when I'm guessing Penta will have his Intercontinental title match.
Mm-hmm. That's definitely what's going to happen.
So you knock that out the way, and like I told you, with having Devon pin Dom, you kind of muddy up the Intercontinental title scene because now Devon has a claim to where, like, hey, I should get an Intercontinental title match because I just pinned the Intercontinental champion.
Well, like we
But
talked about it before it happened. I was like, I'd rather them do that than let the Gunther take
yeah,
the pin.
no, it definitely made more sense. I'm just, but I'm saying is, it's like you can have Dom knock that out at Elimination Chamber, so you have the build from Elimination Chamber to Mania based on Dom and Finn.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's what it
You
needs to
know,
be. I mean, they've been doing this for years. They've been like, oh, almost 2 years now. They've been like, yeah, Finn, he might leave Judgment Day, or he might turn. Him and Dom are gonna fight, and then they just never do it.
yeah, right, exactly.
So can we're right there at the doorstep again. Are we actually going to cross the threshold? We'll find out.
Yeah, like I said, I think we're finally getting the dissension of the Judgment Day, at least in the iteration. I'm not saying that Judgment Day in itself is going to disappear, but
It's
the
just
iteration,
silent.
it needs to. I'm not saying that, but they may try to pull off some type of other iteration with it, but I think we're finally getting that.
Yeah.
But I think for now, it's going, that's how we get to Finn versus Dom for Mania. I think it's kind of quite obvious with that. Really.
And Finn's gonna win, right?
Yeah, Finn will take the title off of Dom.
Okay.
The Intercontinental title, should I say.
I would hope so. Because like I said, I can't see Finn breaking away and then him lose.
Yeah, right.
It just doesn't make sense. And Dom, like I said, I told you earlier, Dom will be fine even if he loses.
Yeah, right.
He's good. And like I said, you can move him to SmackDown, and if you wanted to, you can move Liv to SmackDown. You can move them together, and they could both essentially just do the same shit over that they were doing on Raw on SmackDown.
Yeah, with a whole bunch of new people to actually face.
So that's all for this week, y'all. That's all for this week. Yo, Travis. Yo. Hit us out, bro. Take us home, bro.
Yo, so that's all we got for you this week, man. We appreciate you. And if you like the content you see and want to see more of it, make sure you subscribe, you follow. Who do you guys got winning the men's and women's chamber matches? We love y'all, man. We'll see y'all next week.
Yo, man. Yes, sir. It's been right in the ropes. Like my boy said, like, subscribe, comment. Y'all know what it is. We on the fast track to WrestleMania. Love y'all. Right in the ropes. We gone.